And we're live. A little bit of delay there. Well, first of all, let me spark this up. Thank you for listening. If you're listening to this on the back end, not the live version, you'll be listening to me talk right now. Most of the people that are going to come on the live won't ever see this. So I am here today. I don't have a guest. This is the first time I'm going to try to just go live with just me and see how it works out. I'll still be looking at comments. I'll still be in the chats. I'll still be, interacting with everybody. So first and foremost, let me spark this thing up. I have had pretty chill day, dropped off some lab samples because as you're making CBD oil, you got to test it for potency so you can know how much to put into your products. And then you test it after that too. But, you got to test the initial oil first. Luckily, Pro Verde Labs, shout out to them. They're still open during this crisis for drop-off. Unfortunately, MCR is not in this time, which is completely understandable. They have a lot of contracts with a lot of bigger companies, and they don't really need to risk the exposure. And I'm sure a lot of the labs are going down in staff like a lot of other companies are as well. So, hey, Joe and Nathan, dude, I got to have you on the show. I actually almost hit you up to have you on the show today, but it was 6:30, and I was like, I'm going at 7. I don't want to hit him up like that last minute. Hope you're well, my man. Well, I was actually just thinking about the farm. Oh, man. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit, but I want to talk about last night. Last night, my show, we had Bridget doing live yoga. If you missed that, go back and check it out. Do yoga along with it. It seriously was like the best thing, especially before bed. Like, I think I'm going to do yoga before bed again tonight. I slept like a baby. I ended up falling asleep like an hour before Courtney, which never happens. And I woke up feeling refreshed. I was good. I've had it, and like I said, I had a pretty relaxed day. So cheers to everybody out there. Hopefully you're smoking on something good. I'm smoking on some Purple Kush right now, white ash only. I feel like I can see that there's a smudge on my lens. Let me clean that there. Yeah, see? Look at that. It's like I could see it the whole time, but I just was like, it's fine. But it was bothering me. Now there's just a sun ray going across my face, but that's okay. So yeah, doing yoga last night was a lot of fun. We had Jess and Amanda come with us on screen, which if you don't know, they are 2 of our amazing employees at Urban Acres. Shit, I haven't shared this to like anywhere. That's why nobody's hanging out with us. I'm like, oh, there's only 3 people in here. Like, why is there only 3 people in here? It's probably because I didn't share it anywhere. So let me do that now before I get into my rant about yoga. Oh my God, Jess, last night was so amazing. And yes, I want to put John Nathan. That would be amazing. If you want to hop on my show, comment in there. Shit, you could even hop on now if you really wanted, if you were prepared. So let me share this real quick. How's y'all's day been? Jess, how's your back felt since doing yoga last night? I gotta keep talking because I always gotta think on these shows. I gotta really think about my audio audience too, even though nobody's listening yet. Eventually, people will, and basically, I have to always keep talking for their sake. On the video, it's cool. You guys can always look at my beautiful face, but on audio, it's a little bit different. You really have to be cognizant of the fact that people are listening. So even pauses to like hit the joint. At 420, that was funny. It really is probably frowned upon, but whatever. I do what I want at the What Did Adam Say show. So yeah, we did yoga last night, and yoga has been a really big part of my life in the whole quarantine shutdown. It's gonna continue to be a big part of my life after this is all done. It's really helping my back and neck pain, honestly. It's helping me be more flexible, right? And if you're more flexible, you're gonna be in less pain because you're not so stiff and just like ugh. And it's been amazing. just incorporating something like yoga into my life and feeling some relief from that back pain, that neck pain. And what happens is um, you get into a good habit of doing it. My good friend Eric, he commented on my status about doing yoga last night, saying that you just got to get in the habit of it, and he's completely right. Like you just gotta do it, and we've been doing it basically like 20 minutes a day, something around there. I've been kind of pushing it to like 30 minutes to an hour a day. I like to do it a little longer than my fiance does. So it's been honestly can say that it's been helping me so much with mental clarity. It's been helping with just like overall fitness and pain levels and flexibility, and it's been really amazing to yeah, Jess said her hamstrings were trash. It loosened them up and now they want more. That's exactly how it is. Like I just been like fiending to do yoga all day. It's like you think you're gonna wake up and be sore because you're kind of like I was like jelly after doing that. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna be sore, and you wake up and you're fine. Yoga is amazing. I've never done yoga until last year. Actually, Bridget, who did the session last night, she was the first person I ever did yoga with. That her and Andrew, my partner, we did our podcast with Bridget. That was super fun. It was super fun. I remember sweating my ass off. Like I was like, man, this is a workout. And I remember being a little bit sore too, but that was a little bit more intense, I think. She was in Hawaii and it was over the live stream, and so it was all a big learning curve for us all. And she did like a beginner version, whereas with the other class we kind of told her to whip her ass a little bit. um, and you know we it's important to incorporate things like that into your life because it basically it gives you a good outlet for energy right now if you're sitting around and doing nothing. I know a lot of people unfortunately are. um oh wow, Jess said she woke up sore, but maybe she slept wrong too, so I need some more. I'll do more tonight. Bridget was so nice. She is a ray of sunshine. Bridget is a ray of sunshine. She is an awesome yogi. um Jess, I cannot tell you enough how amazing yoga has been for me, and especially in this whole shutdown, it's really helped me keep me grounded. Especially going into this season. If you don't know, it's farming season. Yay, farming season! That's my favorite time of year. I get to work outside a lot. We're not there quite yet, but it's upon us, and it's going to be happening within the next couple of weeks for the next few months, and it makes me happy. You're going to get to be outside barefoot a lot. Going to be getting to expand the farm. We grew on 1/10 of an acre last year, so about a 45 by 100 foot space, 45 foot by 100 foot space. It's a backyard, literally a backyard. You can, if you have a backyard, you could start where we started, as long as your state doesn't have any minimum space required for growing hemp. So we started there. We always had the plan of scaling up, and we really worked hard on doing that, and now we have a plan for scaling up, and we're going to at least 3 acres this year. We almost have the funding for the 3 acres, and that's basically the only determination between if we do more. The 3 acres is kind of our cap of what we can afford this year. We are still a small company. We're a small business. We hope to be able to do some more sales and expand the company a little bit more once the retail atmosphere comes back. But Jess said her friends are loving the 2,000 milligram oil. She said it's blanket fixing all of her health issues. She said we could share her experience with it. We're trying to figure out a way, Jess, that people can share their own experiences, and we'd be able to share it on the website and whatnot legally. Because the FDA has been shutting some people down, from what I hear, even having legal testimonies on there of other people, what they said it did for them. So you got to be safe. We are a business, and we're not trying to get shut down. So, um, yeah. Oh, wow. I just realized I haven't had a banner up this whole time. No wonder why nobody is sharing, and commenting besides Jess. Jess says put some birds around the farm. We're actually thinking about buying a bunch of chickens. We've heard that chickens are good, like they're good for like the first 2 feet up and like, well, 2 feet up and down to the ground, for clearing out ticks and whatnot. So and their poop is also really good fertilizer when it breaks down. So we're thinking about doing that. It's really cheap upkeep. You just got to build a coop with as many chickens as we need. We need a decent sized coop, but it's all doable. So yeah, that's an exciting part of what's happening. We just went and looked at a bunch of seedlings yesterday. We're talking to somebody with 17 different strains of clones right now. We're really expanding. We're talking to John Nathan. I always want to call him Jonathan. Sorry. He has some CBG strains that he has access to as well. So looking to really expand this year into some new genetics that we can cross with everything. Cheers. Speaking of beer, the beer baby still doesn't have much growth. You know, she's noticeable now, so that's something. For my audio listeners, you have to just go to the video, man, or check out my Instagram. What did Adam say? This is Beer Baby. She's been growing with nothing but beer. I will say, this is what I decided. I am still going to give her water because I think with just beer, I don't think it's possible. There's just so much mold when I just use beer that it just doesn't do anything. So I have started using a little bit of water in between, and that seems to be helping to break down the mold and bacteria and everything as a reset. And we'll see what happens the next time that I beer feed. Yep, that's little beer baby seed. She's growing, but you know it's not looking anything like her sisters. You know, they got probably a good 2-3 inches on her, and let's see this one here. She's a little floppy. They're chasing the sun because I'm growing them in the windowsill, so they're kind of leaning a little bit, but she's tall. Yeah, buddy. And her leaves are getting pretty big, honestly, which makes me think this one might not be a she. Might be a big old fat he. Fico, what's up, man? Fico says hi. Aunt Stacy says feed that plant. Aunt Stacy, I am feeding it. I'm feeding it beer. Okay, if there's bacteria in beer, and it's definitely not enough, but it has grown probably double in size. Unfortunately, that is double in size. Aunt Stacy, hi. Cheers to all that are smoking. I want to grow a weed in a Bulbasaur planter. Oh, that'd be cool. Name it Canasaur. Canasaur. That'd be awesome. Yeah, the farm expansion is gonna be so much fun, Jess. I really hope you're ready to work, girl. You say you're ready to come on the farm, but woo, you better be ready. That's all I gotta say is this. We're Andy and I were talking about it today, like what it's gonna take to really clear out. Oh, Ben Bartlett's here too from Token Dead. What's up, you sexy mofo? I am very well, just hanging out here. Just realized I haven't put up any of my anything. I haven't put up my logo. Oh, I put on my ticker at least at the bottom there. I'm you know, just struggling, I guess. I guess that's already been up there the whole time. Wow, I don't know, man. Ben, when you came in here, you threw me all off. Just that beautiful. We're talking about the farm expansion. We grow very minimalist. We don't really use too many nutrients. We use a compost tea. We use this stuff called biofish. It's like a hydrolyzed fish, dried fish compound that breaks down over time. Um, and fish shit. That's it. Literally 3 things. And we don't really even use fish shit a ton, honestly. And We usually use Biofish twice a month. Maybe we did it a little off from the instructions last year, but it really worked. So you got to take that into account. And then we use the compost tea every other week too. We don't even use a ton of it, and we don't water a ton either. I think that is the key to a good cannabis plant, is not watering a ton, which seems weird, right? Because you're like, I got to water my plant so it'll grow. But the fact is, if you water your plant too much, what'll happen is the plant will get lazy. The roots will just kind of be like, oh, I always have water in this little pocket, because they always water. But me, sorry for clearing my voice so much. I'm smoking. I just had like 2 dabs before this. The roots, they sit in the little area of water that you're always watering, and they never search for water, which is what makes them expand. So when you skip and let them dry a little bit, like I do, what happens is the roots are in that little place where they expect water to be, and they're like, shit, I don't have water, I'm gonna die, and they start expanding out, and then they find other pools of water deeper, and you can just make your roots always stretch like that. Luckily last year outdoors we had a perfect growing season. Oh my god, the most perfect growing season ever. We can probably never expect to have that kind of season again, but if we have it again, I'll be super happy. We always account for like 25% loss just due to weather. We didn't get that last year. Thank the weather gods. It was an amazing thing. We don't expect that to be a thing always. So you got to get used to failure when it comes to farming. Luckily, we got the PPP loan, and we're able to pay our employees, and our employees are very willing to work on the farm, which is fucking awesome of them. They're getting paid hourly, so they're like, oh, we can work on the farm. Like, yay, I love you guys. It's kind of what happened. I kind of volunteered them all too. But we're gonna have a lot of fun, because that's kind of what farming is. It's a lot of hard work, but it's also a lot of fun. And we expect to expand even more than the 3 acres we're looking at. 3 acres. So right, I said in the beginning, last year we grew on 1/10 of an acre. That's 45 feet by 100 feet. This year we're growing on an area that's 650 feet by 675 feet. So 100 times 40. That's last year. This year, 650 times 675. Woo! Expansion like a motherfucker. I think when I did it out, it was like 20 times expansion of last year's crop, which makes me fucking nervous. Goat yoga on the farm, that would be so dope. But goats would eat the weed, so you got to keep them away from the plants. Jess says, I'll try to be ready to work on the farm. Will I get dirty? Can we get a bunch of laugh reacts for Jess asking if she'll get dirty at doing farm work? Love you, Jess, but that's a silly question, homie, because you are gonna get dirty. You're working on a farm. We're gonna be working in nothing but dirt, and yeah, that's how it is. She says she's in. Are you in? Are you in? We're turning a golf course, guys, into a hemp farm. And it's a 24-acre property. It is probably about 13 acres cleared. We could get 14 acres cleared with pretty minimal work, like another acre or so. And it's going to be interesting. Golf courses, they already have irrigation. And there are converters that are like hose to drip line converters, because we're going to be using drip line irrigation in the fields. And it's going to make everything so much easier, because installing irrigation would suck. Digging up the ground and burying pipes and doing all this. That's not our forte, and we're still trying to do everything on our own. So we have to just keep pushing. Jess said she's fine with it. All right, guys, it's on record. Jess says she's fine with it. So when we're recording you with the camera for the new show, and you complain. Just kidding. I'm not that high maintenance. You can't complain to the camera because we're gonna bring up this live video again. I feel like this joint is burning forever, probably because I'm talking and not smoking it. What are you guys smoking on? I feel like every time I ask, I gotta stop asking that question because nobody ever answers. It must not be the question to ask. But what is everybody doing? Are you driving, listening to this? Are you Isaac, who just texted me and said I'll hop on with you, even though I'm about to end it in about 10 minutes? Are you Are you Jess, we don't know what Jess is doing, or Ben? Ben is probably looking at himself in the mirror, or all right, Jess. I almost called you Jen. That's funny. All right, Jess. We better not hear you complaining now. So I was thinking, this is why I shouldn't be allowed to drive and do things. Oh yes, you will get a tan, Jess. Jess says she wants to work on the farm because she wants a tan. For me, it's even nicer because I work with my shirt off and I work barefoot, so I just have shorts on. So I have no tan lines besides like my shorts, and nobody looks at my thighs besides me and like Courtney. Like, so it doesn't matter. But I have no tan lines on the top. Just have a crispy body. Last year I was looking at videos. I was looking at podcasts with me and Andrew, and I was freaking crispy tan. Woo-wee! I was, man. I was looking darker than I think I've ever looked in my life. It was good. It was good. It was good. I can't wait to do it again. This year is going to be a little bit different, but it'll be a lot the same. And I always check for ticks. It's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be super fun expanding. It's gonna be super fun watching our mall employees at the farm working. I believe in y'all. I do believe in y'all. I do believe that on day 2 you might be questioning things, and on day 4 in a row of like 12 hours in a row, you're gonna be like, oh my god, Adam, I don't know anymore. So, and we fully expect that. We know that'll happen. Look at this, joint in one hand, beer in the other. I'm having a good Tuesday. I don't know about you guys. I think I did okay for having no guests and just talking. Oh, I was gonna tell a story. So I was driving. This is why I shouldn't be allowed to drive. I was driving and I was thinking about creation. I don't know why. I was thinking about the Big Bang Theory. I was thinking about God. I was thinking about how we all got here and how each one sounds ridiculous to somebody that really believes in the other one a whole lot. So the people that really believe in evolution, people that are super religious kind of seem weird to them. People that are super religious kind of look at people that believe in evolution heavily, probably a little bit weird. So I was thinking about weird ways that we could have got here. Because I'm very open-minded to it all. I don't know how we got here. I feel like there's something, I don't know, man. Like maybe this is all a simulation and we're all just being governed by some kind of thing, but it's one of those things that we'll just never know if we're in a simulation, because the simulation would probably implode on itself if they knew. So I was thinking about crazy ways we could have got here. What if hear me out, what if aliens came here? Fico fam, you are weird as fuck, but I love it. What if aliens came here? That's funny that you put that up. What if aliens came here? And at the time, they were dinosaurs. Well, hold on, actually. So let's do this. The year is I don't know what year, long as fuck time ago. There were dinosaurs. There were cave people. The cave people discovered a wheel and discovered fire, and they were starting to become a little bit more developed. They weren't completely dumb by accident. They just kind of discovered these things. And the aliens were watching. And then one day they came crashing down to Earth and destroyed all the dinosaurs because that was the biggest threat to them. And then they made all the cave people slaves to them. And they had them build the pyramids and stuff like that. That's why it's built to such precision, but they talk about slaves building it. And they so they have slaves, right? The humans are slaves. All the Neanderthal people are are for people. um, and but hear me out. And what happens when people have slaves? Now, flashback to a few hundred years ago, when Thomas Jefferson had slaves. Now, what happened with Thomas Jefferson? Thomas Jefferson knocked up a bunch of his slaves and had a bunch of half black kids. It was amazing. What if the same thing happened with the aliens and the slaves? Some of the aliens got curious and were like, I really wonder how sex with a Neanderthal would be. Or maybe it wasn't even like that. Maybe one Neanderthal had a really good personality and got to know the Neanderthal and then it mated with the Neanderthal just because it fell in love with its personality, even though it was kind of hairy and like all ugly looking, like it's you just never know. And then they had a baby, and the baby was humans, and the aliens were pissed, so they banished them to Earth, and that's how humans got here. And yes, Pico, I agree. I love black women too. I love all women. I love my fiance more than all of you other women, but I love all women. Just that wasn't a story about slavery. It was a story about how we got here. And maybe that is how we get lizard people. And maybe plot twist, maybe the giant honey badger wasps are lizard people in disguise. Something to think about. Something to think about. And on that note, I think I'm gonna get off of here because now we've gone way too far south. Yeah, I think that's probably enough. If you're listening to the audio, please subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, please subscribe. If you're watching anywhere else, please like the page and hit that little like follow button thingy on the Facebook page or whatever, so that way you can see notifications of when we post and go live and all that fun stuff. And yes, all of the giant honey badger bees are hoarding the toilet paper. Oh no, Jess, you're wrong. The murder hornets, the honey badger hornets are they're hoarding all the toilet paper, and that's why we can't get any. They're building their nests out of the toilet paper, actually, and it was a deal that the lizard people made with the honey badger wasps. So, or honey badger hornets. Sorry. So it was a deal we had to make to stay alive. We did it through China. So yeah, that's about it. Oh, Democrats release a bill that includes a second wave of $1,200 stimulus checks. That would be baller. All right, guys. Yeah, wow. Somebody go get the murder hornets. Jess is calling them jerks, and we don't want that. So, all right, guys. Wherever you are, this was probably the goofiest I've ever been in one of my shows. I was thinking about doing one of my stand-up routines tonight, but then I didn't do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'll wait on that. So maybe another night. And I think half hour is long enough for me just being crazy on here and showing my weird personality. So, wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good vibes to you. Peace out. Have a great night, Cub Scout. And, oh, one more